Hello friends, in this video series you will learn how to use Node-RED in Raspberry Pi for some nice applications. In this first video I will show you how to control LED using Node-RED, and for this tutorial series you need Node-RED installed in your Pi. After the November 2015 version of Raspbian, Node-RED comes pre-installed on SD card image, so you don't need to install it separately. And for this video series I will assume that you already have Node-RED installed in your Pi. So let's start. And there is the first step is to run Node-RED, and there is two ways to run Node-RED. Either you can run it directly from the menu or from the terminal. And to run it from the menu, click on the menu, and in the programming you will find Node-RED. So click on it and it will run the Node-RED. And second option is run it from the terminal. And to run it from the terminal we have to enter one command, and that command is node-red-start and hit enter. It will take some time to run the server, so wait for some time. So now you can see server is running at this address, and once the Node-RED is running, open the browser, and for example if you're working within the Raspberry Pi's desktop, then go to this address. And the second option and better option is open the browser in your computer. So I will open Google Chrome and go to the IP address of Raspberry Pi :1818. So IP address of my Raspberry Pi is 10.0.0.18, and then enter :1880 and hit enter. So you can see the Node-RED server is running, and in the left hand side you will find many nodes like input nodes, output nodes, functions, and social media nodes, storage, analysis, and many more. But in this video we want to control the LED using Node-RED. So for this application this Raspberry Pi nodes are used, and as you can see there are two RPI gpio nodes, one node for mouse, one for keyboard, one for LED board, and two sensor nodes. And one more thing, when you move your cursor on the node, it shows some information about this node. For example, for this node it shows this is RPI gpio in Raspberry Pi input node, like that. And to create the flow we have to click and hold on the node and drag into the workspace here. So here we want to control LED using Node-RED, so we will select one RPI gpio out node, and this is Raspberry Pi output node. So click and hold and drag into the workspace. And now and in the right hand side, you under the info tab you can see some properties of this node. And now next step is to configure this node, and to configure this node, double click on it. It will open a configuration window, and in the gpio drop down menu, select the pin where you want to connect your LED. For example, I want to connect my LED to the gpio 23, so I will select this. And the type of output is digital output, and we will see this PWM output in next video. And in the name, you can give anything, whatever you want, and you can leave it blank also, and hit on done. So now we have configured our pin gpio 23 as output. And if you see here, it shows for digital output input must be 0 or 1. So it means this pin responds only when we give input 0 or 1. And to give input to this node, we will go to the input nodes, and we will select two inject nodes, one for 0 and one for 1. To configure this, double click on it, and in the payloads, select number and give it value 1, and leave everything else as it is, and done. And the second inject node, for the second inject node, in the payload section, select number and give it value 0, and done. So now we have defined two input nodes, and we will connect them to the our RPI out node like this. And this is done, our flow is done, and next step is to deploy. So click on deploy. You can see successfully deployed. And now when we click on this node, it will give value 1 to the GPIO node, and it will turn on the LED. And if you click on this node, it gives value 0 to the GPIO node, and it will turns off the LED. So when I click here, you can see the value 1 is comes from this node to this pin, and if I click here, you can see the value. So now see this in action. I have to connect the LED to the Raspberry Pi. So I have interfaced LED to the Raspberry Pi on the GPIO pin 23. So now let's see this our flow in action. So when I will click on this inject node, it will give value 1 to the GPIO node, means LED should turn on. So let's see. So as you can see, when I click on this node, LED turns on, and when I click on 0, it turns off. So this is how you can create a flow and control the GPIO pin using Node-RED. So that's it for this video, and in the next video I will show you how to install dashboard node to the Node-RED, and how to use them to create nice GUIs and control the LED using that GUIs.